So this Bissell PowerForce is in need of a service and kind of a quick cleaning. I'm not going to invest a whole bunch of time into this other than replacing the cord, but it's still in really good condition. It does need a new one of these because this is cracked right here. I also need to replace this because the prior owner zip tied it on because that's cracked too. So where am I going to get parts for something like this? One of those three junkers probably. Probably going to pull those parts off of this one because this one's the next best condition one. All of these two definitely are completely worn out. This one's kind of, somewhere around there. But that one's the best of the bunch. That one I'll end up donating because it's so good. This one, we'll see what it needs. Maybe I'll pull those parts off of this one or something and swap them over. But remember, these things are only $60 vacuums, basically, from Walmart. I've seen them as low as $59, usually around $67 or so. We'll go ahead and get started with this thing. The filter actually looks really clean, so that's good. I don't think that there was a whole lot wrong with this machine. I want to get rid of it. I don't know why they did. But as is usual, other scavengers cut the cord off, and they also took this piece too, unfortunately. So I've got this piece from this one. And we can go ahead and just stick this on there. I think I have some other ones of these somewhere. I'm going to have to look around and see what I do have. But I know that the other two vacuums I had, I don't believe they had these. I think they were ripped off of them. So we got to do a cord on this unit as well as replace this because they've got this secured with a zip tie. It's actually cracked right here. So we'll go ahead and pull that off and out. But first, let's go ahead and start removing all these pieces. So basically we have to get inside this thing. And it used to be on the older PowerForces, they were a lot easier to change cords on. But these newer ones, they make it a little bit more difficult. And I don't know that they did that necessarily to prevent you from changing a cord. I think it's more that these are just way more mass produced than the other ones were. So in order to remove this, you have to remove a couple of different parts. You're going to have to remove the base, and some of these from memory, I could have sworn they had a separate filter in here, but this is the updated version, which they've made even cheaper than the prior model, and you don't get that filter anymore. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of remove everything here, because we have to get down below anyways in order to make this easier to change out. So we'll start with the cord first. Replacing a cord on one of these isn't difficult. I've done several of these at this point. Gotten into them several times, I should say. So get the new cord. To get to the cord, we have to split the case here. And you know what? I think I am going to just go ahead and remove this handle just to make it a little easier. You don't have to remove the handle. I'm just doing it because I'm going to be moving this thing around on the bench. So to split the case on one of these, to get to the cord, you have all these screws. And I think that's it. So we'll go ahead and split the case. Of course, we got to earwig. So split the case. Now the next step, you have to remove this piece too on these. As well as this screw here. So that's out of the way. Now we have access to the cord, sort of, but now, yeah, they really do make these in such a way that you just, they're designed to be very quick when they assemble them at the factory, wherever they're assembled at. So make sure you stick your new cord through here. That's how this thing is laid out. So what I'm actually going to do is just cut it here. Pull these wires out, just like that. Now we've got some slack. And we got to split this. And for the record, you can buy a new cord, obviously, and install them, and I'm assuming that's probably what most people are going to do, unless, you know, they damaged this area of the cord and they're just going to basically do a cord pull where they're going to cut off that end and just pull the rest of it through. That's economical to do for the most part, but if you have to replace a cord, a new cord's about $20 to $25 on Amazon. Get a 25-foot cord. I'll link a couple in the description for you guys, but generally, again, these are, you know, $60 vacuums. I don't necessarily recommend putting money into these like that if you don't have to. But if you need a vacuum and you don't want to spend the money on a new one, it can be worth it because you'll save a little bit of money at least. I'm going to use these single-use wire nuts. I really like using these on vacuums. It's what they get from the factory. So don't let anybody tell you otherwise, that these are not safe to use, because they absolutely are, as long as you install them correctly. Links to these are in the description as well. And yeah, you just want to make sure that they're in there nice and tight. They are, so that's good. Finally, this one. Now this one's a little bit different because I can actually cut it here and get rid of this separate strand. I didn't see that at first. So I think I'm just going to do that. Because we don't really need all that extra wire inside of the motor housing. So what we'll go ahead and do, and do a good tug test. We're good. So go ahead and line everything back up. Now, as you go to put this thing back on, again, they do not make this easy at all for the end user to do this kind of work to it. So you just want to line up the cord as best you can. I'm not going to push it down all the way because I want to see how much slack I actually need. And I think I might have actually, yeah, I think we're actually good here. So we have definitely enough room to install everything back in. So you can see it's kind of trying to walk itself out here. Unfortunately, that's kind of normal on these. So we're just going to have to kind of guide this thing on as I go to reinstall this. I think that's going to be much of an issue like that. So let's see if it goes in now. There it is. So that's really the hardest part of this video, at least as far as replacing something goes. You have the seal here for this duct, and you just want to make sure that everything's clear. This is your blow-off valve. I've seen these on other vacuums where these get clogged up with crap. So you always want to make sure that that's cleaned out if you are going this far into your machine. So now just put cover back on, throw your screws back in. That's it. So that's really, like I said, the most difficult part of this video, replacing one of these cords. We're going to go ahead and replace that bottom hose too. Brush roll, everything down here. In order to replace this bottom hose, you're going to have to take everything apart. And again, if you're servicing your machine, kind of going to have to do all this anyways. These just kind of hinge up and off. This belt's actually still good. Let's see the brush roll. Brush roll is nice and healthy too, so don't got to worry about that. So now here is kind of the annoying part with these. You actually have to kind of pull off this brush chamber. And it's just these two short screws. And then you're going to kind of pop this thing up. There is a pop tab here. Just like that. And you have all the slack. What we're going to do is just go ahead and cut that off. Pull that out. This thing's already broken, so kind of is what it is. And I'm gonna, I guess you could say, practice on this one, but there's that. That's trash. While I'm here, shield your eyes. Like I said, these things are not really meant to be torn apart like this. You know, these machines are made at a price point that they're really more or less meant to be used. Maybe you replace a belt at some point and then eventually you just throw it away. And you bet I've had these vacuums and even more expensive vacuums like Sharks fall apart in my hands. They're reasonably new, but they're just made so cheaply that they it's just normal. It's just normal for them to fall apart. There we go. There's that. I'll make this easier. Save yourself the time and frustration just by doing that. So much easier to get these on than get them off. So going back on with these, you just want to make sure that these three holes are lined up. And then that little pop tab is down and in place. Grab your wheel assembly, throw that back on. We'll go ahead and flip this over at this point. So just grab your body, throw that back on, throw your foam back on, as well as your cap, other cap. Good. So to install your belt, you just slip it around the motor shaft. This motor shaft is nice and clean, so we don't have to worry about any of that. Let's do this. Grab your bottom plate. Somebody's been into this thing before. Somebody's definitely been into this before because both of those corner screws were completely stripped out. Just going to put the handle back on. And as you all saw, the dustbin is really clean, so we don't gotta worry about servicing that. Throw the hose back on. It sounds good. As I said, this one will be a donation machine. I don't think I have the upholstery brush for it, unfortunately, but I do have the wand and crevice tool. Yeah, crevice tool and wand. So